When people think of cruising, the first thing that comes to their mind is typically heading down to the Caribbean and laying out on some beautiful beaches, maybe ziplining through a rainforest or two. However, there are so many more places that cruises can take you. Hi, my name's AJ with Bite Size Digital, and today I would like to talk to you about my top 5 bucket list cruise destinations. So let's get started. Coming in at number 5, I would like to visit the Mediterranean. Now, this one is popular. It's another one people think of very often when they're thinking of cruises, and with a good reason. The Mediterranean really offers a blend of history and natural beauty that you don't get in a lot of the rest of the world. You can see ruins, you can visit museums, you can eat great food, and you can still lay on beautiful beaches. So the Mediterranean is someplace I have wanted to go. I've been to Italy, but I've never been to Greece or Turkey or Israel, which are all included in the Mediterranean cruises, as well as Spain. And they're all places that I would like to go because I do really love history. I would love to visit the ruins. For this trip, I would want to go on Celebrity Beyond's 12-day cruise. It goes to Italy, Greece, and Turkey, and it stops in 9 different ports. And it really shows off the best the region has to offer. Number 4. For me, number 4 is Japan. This is on my overall travel bucket list. I have always really loved Japan. I think it's beautiful. Something not a lot of people realize is that Japan has many regions for being such a small island and country. So depending where you go in Japan, the vibe really changes. The nice thing about taking a trip to Japan about a cruise ship is I get to see more of those places than I would traveling on land and with less hassle. The cruise that I picked here is an 11-day cruise from Norwegian that stops at 11 different ports, which really allows me to see a wide variety of what Japan has to offer, including Beipu, which I might not be pronouncing that correctly, but that is where a lot of the famous hot springs are, which is something that I have always wanted to experience. There are also cruises that really specialize in getting you to see the cherry blossoms in the spring, or focus on traveling around more of Asia, so you're not just seeing Japan, but you can also go visit different parts of Southeast Asia in there as well. But yeah, Japan, definitely on my bucket list. Number 3 is the Faroe Islands. This is one that I didn't even realize was an option until I got into helping people with cruises. The Faroe Islands are in Denmark, and they are beautiful islands. You can hike, you can see a lot of nature, and there's also a lot of Viking history there, which I find really interesting. I've always wanted to see the Northern Lights, so I would try to time that together so I could see them. The trip that I picked on here was aboard the Silver Cloud. Now, most of the cruise lines that go here are the more luxury cruise lines. They're also smaller ships because you are navigating smaller areas. So while the Silver Cloud with the Silver Seas is the one here, there are a few different options, but this trip is a 13-day cruise, leaves out of Iceland, and it ends in Dublin. It also stops in Scotland. The reason I picked that one is because that pretty much covers everything we know about my family history culturally. So I would love to visit all of those places, but especially these islands that there's a Viking graveyard there. There's museums. There's a lot of really interesting things. And then there's puffins, and I love puffins. Number 3 is Alaska. Glaciers, whales, and so much more. Alaska is another really popular one, and for a good reason. Alaska's beautiful. There are ships that were built specifically to highlight the beauties of Alaska as you are sailing through, and that is something that I would really like to experience. For this one, I picked a Grand Princess's 7-day 5-port voyage out of Whittier because they have a dog sled excursion, and I want to see a dog sled. I want to ride on one. I think that sounds like so much fun. So even before I found out about the dog sled, this was definitely on my list because who doesn't want to see Alaska? It just sounds amazing. And then number 1 on my list is Antarctica. I love penguins, I love the cold, and I don't like crowds. So Antarctica seems like the perfect place for me to go and relax. Um, it's been on my bucket list for a while because it is something that I would like to do with my father. My goal is to take him for his 80th birthday in a few years. Um, the excursions are really cool. You can go to wildlife preserves and hang out with penguins. You can go kayaking. You can hike a glacier. There is a ton of things to do and a ton of beauty to see. And how many people get to say that they've been to Antarctica? It just seems really cool. And that is my number one place to go because it seems like a true once in a lifetime opportunity to get to go to a place where a very small percentage of the population has been. There aren't a lot of people. It is one place on earth that is relatively untouched, and I just think that is awesome. For this one, I'm going back to Celebrity. They have a 14-day cruise that leaves out of Argentina. The ships are beautiful. Like I said, the excursions are really varied, but I specifically want to do kayaking and hiking glaciers and visiting the penguins. I love penguins. That love came from my dad. That's why I wanted to do it together. And that's really it. Those are my top 5 places that I would like to visit. If you want any more information about any of these cruises I mentioned, feel free to head over to bitesizecruises.com and either give us a call, drop us an email, and ask for more info. We're happy to help you with that. There are a few that are linked specifically that we do have a little bit more information available on our website, and those links are below. As always, please like and subscribe and let me know where you'd like to go. Sound off in the comments. Tell me what places you think would be really cool to take a cruise to. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day and happy cruising.